Aha, my friends! Welcome to the Tarnished Hearth, where the fire never dies and the stories burn bright. Pull up a seat, warm your hands, and let me spin you a tale worth remembering. Aye, you ever heard something so foolish it made your beard curl? Well, listen close, because what I'm about to tell you is so daft, so insulting to the very honor of a dwarf, that it near drove me to start a war. A tax on beards. Aye, you heard me right. Pay good coin just for the privilege of letting your whiskers grow. Now, of course, being the magnificent, well-groomed dwarf that I am, I weren't about to be robbed blind by some whiskerless wretch. But the moment I set foot in that town, up comes a gang of the Lord's tax collectors, eyeing me beard like a dragon-eyes gold. Now, I could have just paid the blasted tax, but where's the fun in that? So I asked them, and what of them who can't afford this ridiculous toll? The collector, all smug, says they shave, or they work in the mines till their debt is paid. A crime, I tell you. So I did what any respectable dwarf would do. I challenged the law itself. Told them I prove a beard ain't just for show. It's a mark of wisdom, endurance, and strength. And if I won, every bearded soul in town will be free of this nonsense. The Lord, being the arrogant sod he was, agreed, but on one condition: I had to win 3 trials of his choosing. And so the games began. First was a test of strength. Pulling a wagon full of stone up a steep hill. The Lord had his champion, some oaf twice my size, go first. He strained, he groaned, and he barely got that cart halfway before collapsing like a sack of wet potatoes. Then came my turn. And what did I do? Braided me beard into a rope, wrapped it round the wagon, and pulled the blasted thing up with my beard alone. The crowd near lost their minds. The second trial, a test of endurance. Standing in an icy river up to me waist, till one of us gave in. The Lord put forth his best knight, all wrapped up in furs, while I stepped in bare-chested, me beard keeping me warm. The knight shivered and shook like a leaf in the storm, and after 10 minutes, he collapsed face first in the snow. Me, I was just getting comfortable. The third trial, that was the trickiest. The test of wisdom. The Lord sat me before a great book of laws, and said I had to find a way within the law itself to make the beard tax invalid. So I did what any clever dwarf would do. I read the fine print. Turns out the tax was only legal if facial adornments were taxable. And I argued that a beard ain't adornment. It's heritage. By the very laws they swore by, beards couldn't be taxed. Well, you should have seen the look in that fool lord's face. Redder than a forged flame he was. The town cheered, the tax was lifted, and the beards of Brackenford were once free again. As for me, I left with a full coin purse, a free round at every tavern in town, and the satisfaction of knowing that no man, noble or otherwise, will ever put a price on a dwarf's beard again. But let me tell you this wasn't just about a tax. No, it was about fairness. About standing up when a law ain't just. Too often, the ones with power think they can do as they please, but a community is only strong if it looks after its own. That day, I didn't just fight for myself. I fought for every soul who had something taken from them unfairly. And so should ye. So remember, lads and lasses, never let anyone tell you what you're worth. Never be afraid to challenge what's wrong, and never, ever trust a man without a beard. The road's long, the trials are many, but no storm can put out a fire that refuses to die. So stand tall, burn bright, and never let the world decide your worth for you. Aye, if you enjoyed the tale, give it a hearty like. Share it with a mate who could use a good story, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Every voice of the Tarnished Hearth adds to the fire, so don't be shy.